Hey, fellow Frostlanders, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands, Episode 61, Making Mortar. So, let's talk really quickly about the actual fire clay. So, you take the fire clay bricks, right? Once you have the fire clay, you put it into this sort of pattern, 2 fire clay, crushed quartz, and crushed bauxite to make a refractory brick. Then you fire these refractory bricks in a pit kiln, and once you've done that, most of the furnace is made of the full voxel sized bricks, and then there's 6 refractory brick gratings required. The gratings require mortar and bricks in this configuration, and then the bricks themselves require this with mortar in the middle. So one of the other subtasks besides prepping the iron and prepping the fire clay is prepping the mortar. And that is going to be probably a little annoying. The reason I mention that is, in order to make mortar, it takes sand and slaked lime. And slaked lime is water plus quicklime, and quicklime is crushed up stuff. Crushed up chalk, limestone, or marble, or shells. I have not seen chalk, limestone, or marble anywhere in my map gen. It's not been here at all, which means we're gonna have to collect seashells or like buy it off a vendor. So the question for you guys right at the start is which subtask to work on: iron and flint or mortar. And the process of making mortar is relatively simple as long as you have my method is going to be shells, because I don't have a lot of gears to buy. Plus, I don't even think it's necessarily up for sale. I would collect a bunch of shells, seashells, smash them, put them in a fire pit, and then take the quicklime that results from that, put it in water, mix it with sand, and you get mortar. So have you guys decide on that. There was one other thing I needed to do before I forget, which is I don't believe I have left my farm fully tended to. I think there were mature crops that needed harvest and maybe some spots that needed resowing. So while you vote on that first task, it's probably not going to be a full 5 minutes. I'm going to have you guys I'm going to tend the farm. Now, the other thing I could do while I search for seashells is collect flint. So there's been a synergy between the seashell task and the flint task, because while I'm out getting seashells, I could also be topping up my my flint supply. I haven't actually done the math about how much flint I need, but I imagine it's like a lot. Alright, so let's go ahead and check. We got mature carrots, mature flax. And the flax from here on out can be used to make sails for the sailboat, or to repair my clothing so that I am better insulated from the cold. So the clothing that you're wearing, mine is in terrible condition, so it's offering 0 warmth. But if repaired with linen, it could offer up to 4 degrees of warmth, which is, yeah, pretty nice. Speaking of which, it is January 11th in game. So far we've had 1 spot. Bunch of these carrots look like they're about to be mature. But I don't think any of the flax or rye is ready to go yet. So actually, there was really only 1 spot, as far as I could tell. Okay, so 1 spot of carrots. That's not bad at all. So carrots were a K, so I'll put an N in. I'll put rye. Oh, the N is depleted here partially, but the P is high. I don't really have any... okay. Whatever. I'm going to put the rye anyway. Even if it is partially depleted. I don't care. Okay. We're not leatherworking anywhere anymore down here, which is new. Got a bunch of flax grain. And let's put the flax seeds away. That's not flax seeds. There we go. Alright, looking good. I don't know when the last time I've reset torches. Hopefully we'll, once I've got other things set in motion, we can do the quality of life improvements like torch holders and fire clay oven and, you know, a bunch of the tasks that we've kind of like left because it isn't really priority. All right, cool. So in order to make fire clay, you need to essentially heat up the flint to fracture it and then grind it up. Unless you can find fire clay. I believe fire clay can be found. I've just not found any. So I'm going to need to make it instead. Alright, looks like mortar is going to be my priority. Cool. And I do have 2 linen stitches, so the question is, should I repair my clothing? If no, I could purchase clothing instead, and save the linen for sales. Because I have 2 sheets now. And we have this prepared hide that, oh yeah, here's the leather. So we pretty much have everything we need for the jerkin, which is needed to make a set of armor, and we'll tend to that later. As far as the barrel goes, I'll just put it here with the bucket there. I just don't want to be holding that stuff. And I'll leave the repair the clothing up for a little bit. So current priority is search for seashells and flint. And this is going to be a daylight only task. So it's 9 in the morning, which is convenient. So that I can make the most out of my time. Because obviously I'm not going to be looking for seashells at night. That's foolish. Oh, come on. In hindsight, I really ought to have been picking up the seashells all along. I think what I'll do in this case is just like pick up everything I find, regardless of what it is, and like sort it out in my mind later. But I'm going to be focusing on shorelines, because seashells are going to be found by lakes and oceans. And I'll save the... It looks like I'm saving the linen. Got it. So I'm headed to the northwest where I know there's because it's hard to tell where the lakes are now. You know, that it's all frozen over. I sort of wish I was collecting the shells all along, but oh well. I could have also brought my hammer. That would have been smart. Because the issue with shells is there's a bunch of different types and they don't necessarily stack with one another. So if you bring a hammer and just smash them as you go, they stack a lot better. Steph, thank you for the resub. And Portapain too. Interestingly, this seems to be a difficult task. Or at least one I am not well suited at. If I'm not mistaken, the shells I would see them, right? Like granite stones? I don't think they'd get fully snowed over. Because if they do, oof, I'll have to go to like a unsearched zone that doesn't have snow accumulation, which would be annoying. The fact that I've not found any shells yet worries me a bit. I could also check the vendors. I mean, it's possible that it might be less work to create trade goods and just buy it if it's being sold anywhere. With that said, I still need the flint, so it's not totally inconvenient to be searching for it. I will at some point need sand too, but sand's kind of everywhere. I don't need to go digging for it now. Filling up my inventory with something that's common. Does anyone know off the top of their head about the whether shells get buried or not? I mean, having found none, I'm a little concerned. Yeah, there were shells on towards the trader. Yeah, it's true. I am actually working my way up that direction, if you already can tell. Oh. Well, that's funny to find. Meteoric iron and swavite. Like, okay. I'm just picking up random... alright. Meteor iron, right there. That's hilarious. I found a loose meteoric iron piece looking for shells. I mean, looking at the ground, I'm seeing like grass, snow. I'm not seeing anything that reads like shell layer. Claystone. Now, my only worry is as I proceed closer to the northeast trader, I do have to worry about animals. At this point, you might be able... Yeah, I would be able to afford the meteoric iron armor, but I pulled my community. That isn't the goal. So I won't be making one. We had a big vote on YouTube community polling. Oh yeah, so here's a shell. And this one did not get buried. I don't know if that's... I don't know if that's a rule or not. Follow the coastline. What is that? Oh, sleeping bunny. It might be easier to spot them if I was in the forest with ponds, because the trees would block the snow and I could spot them easier. Because I have a feeling like they're getting buried underneath underneath the snow. Lots of black coal bits. I already have that marked down. Mortar's gonna be tough unless I find it being sold or my luck changes or something. I should be almost yeah, I'm almost at a full stack of flint though. At least there's that. Alright, let's work our way over to the traders. Just to save some sanity, trying to supply the traders with goods might be easier than finding the materials ourselves. But I'm fairly certain in my assertion that we have never once in this series spotted a clay or chalk or marble or limestone. I would have remembered. What's this? Oh, just different color. Almost look like rich soil. High fertility, I should call it. Get the fish! Just bounces off the water. I am the god at skipping stones. I could also check where we have the boat launch. Like the actual ocean coast. Alright, let's head towards the trade. What kind of trade is this anyway? This is commodities. I don't have a full memorized list of what commodities trader sells, but I think they do sell quicklime. Oh, here's another. A clam. Does anyone know off the top of their heads how many shells I would need to find in order to smash? It's like 16 or something like that. At least roughly thereabouts in the order of magnitude. Alright, so my little cave is here. Come on, man. Bail me out. I can buy lime. New goods in 1 day. Well, that's a bit of a problem. So he's selling lime for 2 gears. I want to buy that. Is there something I could sell you? Literally, do I have an owl treasure chest? I forget the name of the treasure chest I have at home. But yes, okay, he is potentially selling it, so I'm gonna run back and bring my I forget how many gears I have. I think I only have like 2, but I'm gonna try to buy some mortar supplies off of him. Oh, where's my cave? It's right in front of me. Jeez. $16 shells for 64 mortar? Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, speaking of which. It shelled jackpot here. They weren't buried though. So maybe they don't get buried? I don't have this red clay marked. Get the hammer? Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Hopefully, he will continue selling lime. I'd like to know his supplier, though. But at that price point, like, having to buy it all wouldn't be terrible. I swore I built a bridge here at some point. Maybe not. in this spot. So the treasure chest they wanted to buy was the owl one. And Mike, cheers. And Fraggles, thank you for the resub. Glad that was a boar, not a wolf. As I was drinking coffee, had my hand off the keyboard, that would have been annoying. Sorry, that looked like, I still have not found high fertility soil, like, anywhere, despite the fact that I live in a pretty decent biome that would support it, with, like, high amounts of rainfall, so I'm just periodically checking to see if I can see any. Yeah, sometimes your spawn is good, sometimes it's just a waste to search. You know, if I had happened upon marble or chalk or limestone, obviously I wouldn't be bothering to buy it, but that is just not the reality I live in. So the treasure chest I have here is the aged owl. Is that different than the one they were asking for? I don't know. But alright, I got my rusty gears. It is different. They wanted regular, not aged. Whatever, I can bring it regardless, just in case. Oh, I have my hammer on me. Oh my god. I thought... How do you crush these? Why am I not... Grinds. Oh, grind. Okay, well, the hammer wouldn't have helped me then. What do I usually have in that slot? Shovel? Yeah. Alright, for now, you know what I really need to add to this base is like a drop box. Like a box that I just like dump stuff. A dump box. Alright. So I've got some monies. It was 2 for 16, right? I have the money to buy to buy at least one stack. And we're 1 flint away from a full stack of flint. It was 2 for 16 and they sold, whoops. They sold 15 stacks of it. The supply was 15, so they had basically 15 times 16 lime to sell. It's not visually obvious until you do enough trading and you're used to. But you have the cost in gears, you have how many you buy with one purchase, and then you have its total supply. So there's 3 numbers to be concerned about, or 3 sets. And that can be a little discombobulating, because you're like, wait, 15, 16, 2? What's going on here? It gets me confused too. Oh, why'd I come this way? I like this part of the woods. It's actually pretty. This massive oak is blocking so much of the snow. There's like a lot of animals around here too. So buying the lime is one heck of a shortcut, but I think warranted in my case. I can make some extra with the ground up shells and just continually loot shells whenever I find them. I honestly, as soon as you have like a base with storage where like you can just dump stuff that you're not using but you'll use in the future, collecting shells, I should have been doing much the way that I collect flint. But I hope that the what they have offering doesn't change before I get there. Despite the fact that I'm like taking the scenic route and checking plants and stones and stuff. I'm acting like I have all the time in the world. So when vendors sell stacks of stuff, it's always in powers of 2. So it wouldn't be 2 for 15. They're going to sell you like a power of 2 stack of whatever it is you're buying. As a general rule. There we go. And the chest is not one they want. I have the aged version. They want the unaged version. Is that even something that you can find? Maybe not. But whatever the case is, we got some lime. Good. I'm gonna do a while I'm here. I am losing daylight, I acknowledge, but I'm gonna do a quick run around the edge of this lake for shells. Oh, there's totally grass. I can find marble relatively easily in the desert. Useful tip for someone who lives nowhere near the desert. My world gen, FYI, is would not allow me to travel to the desert unless I found a miraculously efficient teleporter, translocator, because I live in an island world. So one of the rules, a kind of unwritten rule, but rules that I have written for myself, is I'm not going to go to open ocean in like a raft. So I would need a sailboat, and I don't have a sailboat. So if you look at the world gen here, you know, at some point I run out of landmass and I would have to swim in the winter in open ocean. Like, that's a no. Is there any granite sand around? There's lots of sand, like, all over the place. In fact, my original base was built on granite sand. So once I need granite sand, I'll just go to the original base location and grab some for, is that a wolf? Grab some for the mortar. I'm very happy to have bought the shell, or the lime rather. There's like no shells. It's funny, I found like 4 in one spot and then none anywhere else. What is this? Silver and quartz and gold. I wouldn't mind getting a little bit more copper so I can finally make the additional brass. But I'm not going to go out of my way for it unless I stumble upon copper. How's the bandage supply? I have 6. It might have been wise when I was around all that horsetail to grab some of it. I just didn't. Oh, speaking of sand, conglomerate sand goes into mortar. So, I mean, we're staring at a bunch of conglomerate sand. Might as well just grab some. I have lots and lots of borax. I have like a lifetime supply of borax. I found a ton of it. All right. I'll offhand, even though it's more. So let's head home. While grabbing whatever you can find on the way back. You can use borax for lime? I thought you can in some instances, but not for mortar. If I'm not mistaken. I'm not looking for lime for tanning. I'm looking for lime for mortar. And borax is not a substitute for lime for mortar. But it is for washing pelts. Hides, I should say. Hello, Poodoo. Was that a Poodoo? It was. No, it's a Pamis. Ow, that hurt, dude. Don't kill me. I'm naked. Well. Oh, we got antlers. Operation Bandages just got more dire. But I got meat, so whatever. Oh, and chickens. I'm down to 1 bandage. Oh, that's the chickens. Am I getting hypothermic? Nope. I just had a random shiver then, huh? Getting some cattail roots, or tips, I guess. Not the opposite of roots. For if and when I found some horsetail. Place my lack of bandages, because I'm still running around unarmored. You know what I do find funny? Given my world gen and the season I started in, I had so many people tell me to wear gambeson armor. Like, so many. And it's like, dude, have you not been paying attention? Do you know how absolutely ridiculously uncommon it is for me to have flax? I've gone out of my way time and time again to get some, because it is so hard to get, you know, to farm when you start in November. It's like, that is not a viable solution for my lack of armor. Not even close. That's just silly. I mean, that's, to me at least, it's the equivalent of just being like, oh, you don't have armor? Just hit /GM2 and give yourself some. It's like, yeah, that would be just about as easy as it would be for me to make gambeson in this series. It's like, oh, well, the only way I can get it is to cheat. Oh, what is going on? Oh, this was copper? Oh, right, I remember, because it was mountain skewed, and there was some left, and I was like, the hell with it. I'm not searching for that copper. So we're almost home, and we'll bake this lime into quicklime. And then, I think actually before we do that, I need to do a quick meal. I think we emptied out all the bowls. All right, we'll do a batch of 5. With parsnips. I think I need to bring some of the peat down here. I'm running out of fuels for this fireplace. Alright, current priority right now is make mortar. But while I'm doing that, I'll probably also process... well, it's either mortar or flint. So yeah, I'll probably process the flint and iron afterwards. So I can start making fire clay. I also likely need to get more clay too. Right. I have lots of cattails now. I don't, however, have horsetail. So, 16 lime makes 8 quick lime. And I think what I want to do first is grind up those shells. So we'll just make one larger batch. This is weird. Oh, there we go. What is going on with these shells? Oh, I had flint in there. I get it now. I was trying to figure out what was going on there. I had already a flint chunk to be calcified. Got it. That was really confusing. Like, wait, why is it giving me random stacks of lime? Yeah, I will be able to mill that automatically hooking up the quarn too. I mean, I could just literally put the quarn right there if I wanted to. You know, axle goes straight to the quarn. It would be really easy to do. Okay, so we have 12 quicklime. I think for yeah, that will be plenty. Does the quicklime go? It bakes the whole thing, or does it? Is it kind of like the flint chunks again? I think it's the whole stack, right? I mean, it's with peat, so I don't really care. Whereas with flint, I have to use you know, more precious fuel source. Also seems like the blooms are done. Where is the tongs? Oh, I'm holding them. Wow, I did not managing my inventory well at all today. And these were not hot. They had fully cooled. Okay. So there's 29 iron blooms to be worked later. And we could do another batch of iron now. I might just actually leave these empty, because I don't exactly know what I want to do with it yet, because I don't need more iron at the moment. But maybe I want coal. Okay, so it is going one at a time. Got it. I had more shells in the box? I do. So, quicklime works the same way the flint chunks work, which is to say, really inefficiently. That is helpful to know. Because it's just peat, I'm not going to bother trying to make it efficient. I'm just going to load it full of peat. Don't really care. But oh my god. I hope they patch that or something, because it is so slow. So there is a meta way to go about it, if you're wondering, which is to bring it up to right before its process temps, pull out the stack, and then feed it one at a time. So it doesn't have to heat the new stack up. I'm going to grab one of the barrels. We'll have the new barrel be for mortar. And it makes sense to put it right next to the water, I think. So I can stand here, quench, or fill up the barrel. I also should grab the bucket. So what I'm talking about, to show you, because this is how I'm going to do the flint, is you want to bring this up to 820 or something, pull out the whole stack, and then feed it one at a time. It's easier to do with flint, because with flint only processes at 1050. So you can use peat, which only goes to 900, to heat up the whole stack of flint without having to, like, pull it out one at a time. But that will, yeah, that'll be for our next task. Alright, this is going to burn me. Oh no, I have my tongs. So it'd be like this, where you have a stack that is already above temp. Why isn't it processing? What the hell? Hello? Oh, because I need two of them. Right. And once I have 8, I'll probably make a batch of mortar. I'm not going to go through the whole stack. So feeding it like this is more meta to save fuel, time, energy, etc. than just letting the whole stack burn. With that said, I'm about to grab meals. So while that cooks up, let's grab our food. And then we'll want 2 liters of water in the barrel, if memory serves. Cool. And then feed it half of the sand I got. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands, which originally streamed live on Twitch January 16th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Seraphs.